welcome to The Apprentice, You're Fired, where tonight Dara is very excited and a little bit sad because one of Dara's favourites has been fired. What will Dara ask him? First, though, a moment for all those who complain that The Apprentice is a celebration of dog-eat-dog, every man for himself individualism. You know, sometimes there's just a tiny moment of shared humanity.
Hold up.
Close to you.
You're right, it is delightful. OK, let's meet our panel. Entrepreneur and one of Lord Sugar's interviewers, Mike Soutar, broadcaster Nicky Chapman and comedian Romesh Ranganathan. Welcome to You're Fired. Tonight's task of buying 9 items for the lowest prices left one candidate having to negotiate a taxi ride home.
Felipe, you fought your corner, but Judge Sugar here says it's fouled, and the Supreme Court Judge Sugar also says it's fouled. Felipe, you're fired.
Thank you, Lord Sugar. Nick, Karen, real pleasure. Guys, good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Felipe Alviar Vaquero. Literally, that's Felipe. OK. Felipe, how does Felipe feel tonight?
Felipe is very excited.
OK.
To meet you, Dara.
Oh, well, that's
Finally.
Delighted, actually.
Delighted.
I may have thought you'd even gone further. But still, to have come so close and then to go out on essentially a technicality.
You know, these things happen. Only one person can win the process. And at some stage, you have to win. And, you know, I think that I went for being a lawyer and for interpreting the rules. And sometimes you pay the price for rolling the dice.
OK, yeah, well, let's find out whether that was justified or not. Let's pick over the bones of what went wrong for Felipe on this task.
What is this? It's that skeleton been run over by a steamroller. Whose bloody brainstorm was this?
You sell full-sized anatomical skeletons.
We only have paper ones that you have to make yourself.
I think that's good.
We definitely sure it's an
anatomical skeleton.
It's a massive save that will lead us to victory, I believe.
You are taking the piss, aren't you? You're having a laugh at me now, aren't you?
Fully sized anatomic skeleton.
That is not a bleeding skeleton. That's a skeleton. This is not allowed. End of story.
It's harsh. I mean, what were the words on the piece of paper?
It was an anatomical skeleton, and I believe that it was 180 meters high.
Okay.
And sorry.
Yeah, 1 meter 80.
1 meter 80.
Yeah, 1 meter 80.
We just came with the idea of calling a museum. They gave us a lead, and you know, these just made exactly a specification on the paper.
Yeah, these are exactly the specification. It says here, anatomical. That's what it says. It's what you're required to find. And also down here,
1 meter 80.
It says 1 meter 80, life size.
Exactly.
I mean, I can't think in what way this is possibly not the skeleton that you're looking for. I can't think of anything that makes this not the kind of skeleton that he wanted you to get, right? What possible depth are we missing here? And this one is great. This one comes in all sorts of different positions that a real skeleton can... Look at that. My skeleton has never done that. It's fantastic. I've never been asked to do that, and I can't imagine that. So it's remarkable. Why is this not right, Mike?
Oh, listen, Felipe, I think you really messed up here. It's one thing to think out of the box, but a real businessman wouldn't have given up. A real businessman, I think, would have found the skeleton, would have negotiated, and wouldn't have tried to duck around the sides. I think that's why you failed.
You think there wasn't sufficient wiggle room in this, Nicky?
See, I really liked it. I thought you were showing initiative. This was a new direction. You were coming through, and I thought there is a 50-50 chance, but it was a good gamble. And being a lawyer, you looked at the small print and you thought it was OK.
It was like you saw on the show. Like a lot of the guys thought that I was a genius for 10 hours. Everybody got like, You are genius. You know, we spent £14. We had, you know, we could have spent 200. They honestly thought that it was a genius idea.
If you could have made it in the time given, then you would have been a
You'd
genius.
sat in the car slowly working all the ribs together, right? But the notion of Lord Sugar sitting in the middle of like a pile of pieces of paper going, which bloody rib is this? I must have glued them on together, right? Were you impressed, Romesh?
Well, I do think it was a gutsy move by you to go for that. But what I found was interesting was that you said you were very cocky when Daniel was going to you sure about this. You went, listen, I'm a lawyer, I can do this. And then when it came to actually defending it to Lord Sugar, you said, well, the bloke in the shop said it was all right. I asked him loads of times, and he said it'd definitely be OK.
I tried to defend it a number of times, and I think that that's where he comes. You know, I'm the judge here, and you know, I'm the jury, and I'm the judge of the Supreme Court. I just couldn't say any more. Like, it was a point where I just had to stop because he wasn't going to take it as something that he would approve.
Do you think Daniel should have taken more responsibility?
You know, at the end of the day, Daniel was the project manager of the task. He backed me up, and as I said before, they all thought that I was a complete genius the whole way through. So,
was there ever a small voice, like I mean, some small, like in Spanish, going,
Felipe,
no, Felipe, no. Es un mistake grande. Muy grande. No, Felipe, no.
we made the decision, and he didn't like it, and I'm fired.
Too tough a decision, you know, on the base of this one paper body. This is.
I think it was really tough for the whole team. You know, you were the team that got there, got all of the items, got it on budget, got it on time, and the other team looked like they were really failing.
It was hard, you know. It was the first time that we united the team after the last task, which it was a nightmare team to work with.
Did you not enjoy the bath in Somerset Country Fair? Traditionally a lovely couple of days out, you know? Just bring some friends, stand in a tent, bitch at each other for 12 hours.
But, you know, but there were other mistakes, and they were lucky as well. You know, the diamond for £50, I really want to know how they got a diamond for £50. He should have given it away, you know, just take it, just go.
It's very
and on top of that, we had the problem with the rope. You know, we got fined because of the rope. And it was just a number of things that just went wrong. I think we were unlucky, to be completely honest.
Should Daniel have taken more responsibility, do you think, or could have been blamed more for this?
He was very clever because he was with you. This is genius, as you said. He was with you the whole way, and then suddenly you see him backtrack and no, I was always unsure. But he's the master at that. He completely changes his opinion whichever way it needs to go. And in the boardroom, he made sure he landed it all on your doorstep.
Felipe, I think he was an absolute disgrace to you, right? I think he threw you under the bus, mate. And if I see him, I tell you, I'll say nothing, but I'll think very strongly about it.
And I helped them to cross the road, you know?
Last week, all we saw was you and Daniel bickering and Daniel complaining and Daniel being gutted. But this week, Daniel was a changed man.
I've grown in this process, and it's a chance for me to prove that. It's my chance to really win and win with my team behind me. You happy with me to take this one, Mark? Top man, right. OK, I'm in. We're really going to smash this task alive.
He was able to do something that I've never seen him do before, and that was give other people praise when they've done a good job.
You've done well for me today, Felipe. Katie, that is unbelievable. Mark and Katie, so impressed. Fantastic work, and I mean that.
Daniel, you've been a fantastic project manager, mate.
Oh, I appreciate that, Mark, I really do.
Yeah! You actually got all the stuff, and you got here on time. How was he as a team leader then?
Turned over a new leaf as a project manager.
It was a time when Daniel became a man, I think.
He became a man.
Daniel became a man on the task, did he?
For a little while.
Yeah, how would you describe your relationship with Daniel? Was it, you know, had it gone all the way back around to being a positive working relationship?
He's difficult because he doesn't sell, and he thinks that he can sell everything, you know? And it's difficult to tell people that they don't have the skill to do that and manage them.
OK. I mean, he wasn't saying this week, he was managing. How do you think Daniel did?
I mean, I think Daniel did a very good job of managing to unite a very disunited camp. in this particular task. And I think he did it by actually focusing on team members. I think he actually took a leaf out of your book, Felipe, because you're somebody who's always very focused on people and always willing to give them a second chance. And I think he learned a lot from that, and he did very well.
Did he manage to unite a team that he himself had disunited?
Yeah, but brilliantly. I mean, they were all turned around completely, to the point where Mark was saying, you're a fantastic project manager. That was extraordinary.
Were you impressed with Daniel?
Well, I think in a way you'd all had enough of the bickering, hadn't you? And last week was such a nightmare time. And also, at the very, very beginning, his strategy was so clever because he said, especially to Mark, I am going to lead this because... And he told everybody that they were going to agree with him. And your relationship with him was quite remarkable. You ended up like Morecambe and Wise, you know, from hating each other last week to these acting skills that we've never seen before. I mean, that was quite a transformation.
You know, for me, that whole day was about winning because you focus on winning and get out of the boardroom.
Felipe, you've captured our hearts with your unique way of expressing yourself and your exclusive access to the inside track on Felipe.
Felipe is a dreamer that believes that everything is possible. Felipe's strategy for the process is to be Felipe, to work hard, to be Felipe, to be himself.
And that's exactly what I wanted to do with my TV ad. Show what Felipe was. It's my life, it's the life of people.
If Lord Sugar invests in my business, he will have Felipe 24/7.
That's Felipe. That's Felipe.
It's been... You know, I don't want to make too big a thing of it, but...
When the moon hits your eyes and you lift up high.
That's Felipe.
When the world seems to shine like you had too much wine.
That's Felipe.
Bells will sing, diddle-diddle-ding, and you sing Vita Bella. Scusami, but you sing down in Gold, Bogota.
That's Felipe.
Gracias, los músicos. Gracias, señor. Is it a Colombian thing? Is it it's not a Spanish language thing. The word I appears in the Spanish language. But why? Where does this come from?
No idea. Felipe doesn't have any idea what happened.
But has no one ever pointed it out to you before?
No.
You've been doing it. Have you been doing your entire lives?
Saying this is Felipe.
Felipe says this.
Felipe says this. Felipe says that.
Yes. Yeah. And so when you got married, for example, right? Did they go? Do you take this and go? Felipe takes this woman. To be Felipe's happily married. You've never noticed it before, is it?
No.
Do you know you're doing it? Did you know you were doing it?
I did not say it at all. I actually was surprised when you started saying Felipe. This is Felipe. Felipe says. I was like, really?
I wonder if it's an illegal thing that, you know, you're basically covering yourself, you're distancing yourself from things that Felipe does, so that later, when the murders are uncovered, you can go, no, that was Felipe. I think you're fine. That was not me. On the daddy front, you have a couple of kids, don't you?
I have two beautiful kids, Sofia and Isabella. Yes,
what age
I love them. Isabella is 7 and Sofia is 4.
Ah, lovely. OK, that's a very sweet age. And your business idea is something to do with children as well, isn't it?
And my whole idea was to transform the industry in play areas so that disabled kids have the same access that anybody else, that parents can actually treasure that moment that they spend with kids.
OK, now, because I bet when you entered this house and this process, you thought, you get a little bit of a break from parenting because it's quite a demanding thing, small children and all that, like whatever. And then you end up just taking on more kids.
I want to give you your tie. I have to come in the morning, make sure that they are getting up, they're getting ready, come around to see if they are dressed properly.
Oh, it's absolutely perfect, yeah?
I'm sure your trousers are dirty here.
Felipe!
James is like a little kid that is trying to grow up.
James, 2 minutes. Ready, 2 minutes, long time, not for me. Wait up for me.
What time do you want?
Over there.
Sometimes it's challenging.
It's like having my dad around, always on my case.
James, come in my shower. Come here.
Felipe looks quite like my dad. Cooks, cleans.
Omelettes for breakfast.
He cooked me breakfast this morning, he cooked me lunch yesterday, dinner last night.
I cooked chili con carne, refried beans, chicken, lemon, some herbs.
They have a daddy in the house.
You know, at some point you have to let them do their own tie.
They couldn't.
They couldn't?
No, they couldn't.
So I'm like, well, but he's got to learn. He's got to walk on his own 2 feet. He's got to leave the house eventually.
You know, but in a way it was good, you know, being away from home was the most difficult thing for me, you know. You have 2 small kids, and I just miss them so dearly. The whole process was so tough, you know, to be away and not knowing how they are or where they are. And in a way it was great for me to have another, 19 kids, you know, that I could look after. You know, I just continue being a dad, and it was great.
It is unbelievable, though. I mean, that's the thing. Everybody had respect for you, and I think, in a way, sometimes that they took advantage of that. Because you never really pushed yourself forward. Very rarely did we see you say, no, enough, let's do it this way. And as a lawyer, that was something I'd expect more. And I think, in a way, because you had respect for everybody, you took the back seat, and they took advantage of that.
I was going to be there because I had a business proposition for Lord Sugar. I wanted to change the way that business are conducted for the community. I wasn't there to stop anybody in the back. I wasn't there to play a game. I was there to be Felipe. And that's what I am.
Mike?
Listen, I think you're the genuine article. I don't think you've got a side to you, Felipe. And I think that can be an absolutely wonderful thing in business because it means that you're very credible. You can win the hearts of your customers and your suppliers and your clients. I think sometimes you probably need to learn to be a little more ruthless and a little more decisive, but that's all that's missing from your game.
I would like to think that in the house now, after you've just left the process, they're just sitting around a table with a knife and fork, just...
hungry.
wondering, like, occasionally walking into the kitchen and going, Felipe, we're really hungry now, Felipe. I don't know how to take this off, Felipe. I'm going to sleep in my tie at this stage. By the way, Felipe, I felt that you've done very well to get this far and all that, but really, you were done for from the start, from week 1. You were done for it during this exchange.
Felipe.
Sugar.
We're very international here, aren't we? I
was born in Colombia.
Colombia, a lawyer.
I'm a lawyer.
You've had some terrible jobs here, because one of them is advising Arsenal Football Club.
It's a great football club.
Really?
Yeah. Did you not... You're aware that he has a rather close connection to a different football club?
Yes, look, I am incredibly proud of being a lawyer. I admire everybody in the profession because they're incredible people. And secondly, I'm incredibly proud of Arsenal. It's a great team, well managed as a business, and I think it's a fantastic team.
Really, you've found a very complimentary table here. But yeah, so am I. But I try to not say that in front of Lord Sugar because it kind of gets him all tense when you say this. Did you not feel this is probably a bad place to say it?
No. You know, as I said, I went there to be honest. He asked me, and I said, "Yeah, I love Arsenal Football Club."
I'm going to be honest with you, Felipe. I love Arsenal Football Club, but I would have sold them out in a heartbeat. Progress further in the competition. Arsenal, yeah, load of rubbish, mate. Yeah.
Felipe, let's hear what Lord Sugar and your former colleagues have to say about you.
Now, Felipe, a very nice chap, conducted himself with dignity throughout this whole process. But on this occasion, he just tried to be too clever. He completely misjudged me if he thought that I was going to accept a paper skeleton for the real thing.
There's only one reason why we failed this task, it's the skeleton. I was concerned about it all day. It was a roll of the dice. Felipe convinced me it's the same spec as what we were looking for. You're the lawyer, mate.
What a stupid mistake for someone who is supposed to be mega intelligent.
Felipe did show some leadership qualities over the past 8 weeks, but on this particular occasion, he didn't stick to what I told him to do. And that, regretfully, is why Felipe had to go.
What have you learned from this?
You know, you learn a lot of things of the process. It's a challenge. And as a challenge, you know, you just learn that you can do the challenges and you can succeed.
OK, fun. Let's move to the winning team, who were losers, actually, and then they were winners. So, really, somebody had a very lucky escape.
This task is all about using time in the best way possible.
So you stayed at the house for a while?
an extra half an hour spent here planning the day, it could save us hours later.
Sanjay left the office way too late.
So what do you think of him as a project manager then?
Your team could have potentially, got more products.
Have you found the chicken yet?
No.
The tea?
No.
Have you got the scallops?
No.
So you're going to get fined for that?
We're on our way to Stratford.
He does know we need to get back by 6:30.
Look, you know what? We've missed the deadline now.
And fined for being late?
We've never had a team who've clearly lost it and then not lost and won as dramatically as that. And they should all be very, regardless, it's quite lucky, isn't they?
Oh, I think there were a couple of people that missed dodged a bullet this time around. Sanjay, absolutely one of them. He was a shambles. And, of course, the other one was Daniel, who must have been this close.
But of that team, for winners, you know, Sanjay...
Sanjay always looks so surprised, though, doesn't he? When he gets any criticism levelled at him, he's always a bit like, me? No, surely not. They were so lucky, and he is one lucky boy, I think.
What I don't understand about Sanjay is, like, he went on about how he wanted to organise a task and divvy it all up, and they spent those 2.5 hours. They separated up all the items, and then they just randomly see a skeleton and decide to stop and try and buy it, and then use the most awful initiation for the negotiation whatsoever, which is walk in and go, we're absolutely desperate for a skeleton! but we can't pay very much for it. Like, that's not how you start a haggle. Do you know what I mean? It's insane.
I think we were very unlucky. We really were very unlucky. And they were extremely lucky with, well, the diamond again. You know, I repeat that because, you know, it was such a cheap diamond. I just cannot believe that they got a diamond.
I get the impression this is bothering you.
No,
I don't know. John C. How she did. It's amazing. Roshi was on top form tonight, committing daylight robbery.
It's like Fort Knox here. Oh my God, it looks perfect. I would like to think I'm a persuasive person. What would be the best price that you could do for us?
Around £140.
We were coming in hoping to go more of like the £65, £70 mark. Is there any manoeuvrability there? I definitely think that you can catch more flies with honey.
I tell you what, my wife's got blonde hair. I like blonde women. £65, you got a deal.
Could we say £50 and we have a deal?
OK, 50.
There's charm and there's charm.
I can't believe I just won a diamond.
You basically just stole that diamond off him. I've never seen anything like it. It was something like out of a heist movie.
Normally jewel thieves wear masks.
At that point, he was reeling so much. The leap from 145 to 65, and then suddenly 50 quid. She should have just gone, I got an idea. Why don't you pay me to take the diamond off you?
It was seamless, with a little flick of the hair.
Flick of the hair.
But she didn't even come up with a story, did she? She just went straight to the... So none of this acting business is like, you know, I really need a bargain. Come on, come with me on this journey. He was like a lapdog. You know, it was impressive.
I was watching the negotiation thinking, I had no idea that she was a Jedi. Like, it was... We will pay £50. Yes, you'll pay £50, yeah.
It's so unique. What do you think of that? It was remarkable.
A spectacular negotiation strategy. I mean, I employ a lot of great negotiators in my company, but I think she would walk in, so long as all of our customers were a bit like the diamond guy with the doe eyes.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
They got so excited about the kosher chicken getting, what, £3 or £4. She nails it.
I would like to be a fly on the wall at the diamond guy's house now. Do you know what I mean? It's fine. It's looking...
65 quid, just like that. Unbelievable. Get out.
Oh, yeah. No, he mentioned her, though. My wife is blonde. Yeah, that's really going to get you out of trouble.
I talked about you.
I did it for you. It was my tribute to you. Yeah. Nikki, you're impressed with her. You think she might...
I'm impressed, actually, with all of the girls coming through. I think they've built week on week, and even when they've made mistakes in the past, like Bianca, you know, quite a few weeks in the very beginning, they are getting stronger and stronger. And what I really respect about them is they might not be as abrasive as the boys and as arrogant. And I know you do sometimes need that in business, but they're building in confidence, and I like the way they're doing business. They like to work as a team. They don't pick people off. And I'm really impressed with all three girls.
Bianca getting better coming into the process?
Yeah, really coming through now. I'm really impressed with her. I was very impressed with her in this task. You know, she's a really tenacious negotiator, and it just goes to show what happens when you keep on going, when you don't take the latest answer as your final answer, and you keep pushing. And she did it again and again in the task. She was fantastic.
OK. Tonight's task was all about finding 9 very different items, but Romesh was set an even harder challenge by Lord Sugar.
Good morning. Your next task is going to be to go and get me lunch. One of you will be fired.
I'm going to go to the corner shop, pick up these items. What I need you to do is just head over to North London, pick up the loaf of bread.
Can't I come to the local corner shop with you, though?
Listen, no, it's about individual targets, OK? I'm the project manager. I'm a lunch expert. This is my area of expertise. What I do. I need some cheese. I need a slice of cheese. Some lettuce and a tomato.
That'll be £1.
Is it possible to get, like, a massive discount?
No.
Please? 1 penny off?
Oh, OK, that's a deal then.
There you go. Claire, good news. I've got the cheese, the lettuce and the tomato. How are you getting on?
I just got to North London. It's taken me 2 hours.
Get back here as soon as you can. It's taken too long.
But...
Hurry up.
Right, stop. I'm going to be doing all the talking here, OK? How much for these, please?
£5.65.
I don't actually even need all of the bread, to be honest with you. What about if I take this, because that's all I need, 9p the lot?
No.
10 pence?
No.
11 pence?
No.
12 pence?
No.
Can we shake on this? 5.85. Let's shake on that. Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Yes!
You did it. Well done. Amazing. Leave it. We haven't got time. Come on. Lord Sugar, we've got your lunch. Claire wasn't a very good team player, but I still managed to get the lunch together. Lord Sugar? Lord Sugar? We definitely took too long.
You're fired.
OK. Now to our vote. Of the 3 candidates that Lord Sugar had in front of him, Mike, do you think that Lord Sugar was right to fire Felipe?
I'm sorry, he was right.
Okay. Nikki?
Yes, I'm going to agree. And as you made that judgment call, it had to be you, I'm afraid.
Felipe, I could not more strongly disagree. These people are absolutely mental. You made the decision to go for the skeleton. Obviously insanity, we all know that. But you were pumped up by the rest of the team. They supported you. And then as soon as Daniel was put under any pressure, he threw you under the bus. I didn't know anything about it, right? He should have gone for a lack of integrity.
All right. No starting a revolution. We're going to throw it to yourselves. If you agree with Lord Sugar, hold up fired. If you disagree, hold up hired, please. Oh, Felipe, that's a hired. That's a hired. Our audience vote for Felipe. Oh, Felipe, you've been a joy to watch over the past 8 weeks. An absolute pleasure to have you here. And we want to send you home with a gift that, you know, reflects how much we enjoyed your work, and also that will give you some joy. And we know there's one thing you like, and so we've got you a seat in the Emirates Stadium. In the yeah. Well, I say a paper version of the Emirates Stadium. So you're there. You're just in there. So that hopefully will. It's a light. Now, right. The team are arriving to play their game now, Felipe. You have given us an embarrassment of riches, Felipe. Here are your highlights.
I'm not going to change being a nice man. Action! I am Felipe, and I'm a fat daddy.
Star Judge.
An hour and a half, go. Guys, we have beautiful bunches of flowers. We need to sell the T-shirt. Oh!
I just feel so excited.
I just feel so proud of what we have done.
He's such a nice guy. Easy to get on with. Good project manager. Good direction.
He's the sort of person that everybody would want to be in business with.
There are more pigs living in Oxfordshire than people. Do we have enough cheese?
Ladies and gentlemen, Felipe Arriba Vaquero! That's it for tonight. Thanks to all of my guests. If you've been inspired by this series and fancy your chances of becoming Lord Sugar's business partner in 2015, please go to our website at bbc.co.uk/apprentice, where you'll find all the details on how to apply. If you've got a fantastic idea and the drive and passion to see it through, then give it a go. Don't forget, we're also on Twitter, where we're running a fun poll. Let us know if you agree with Lord Sugar's decision tonight by going to @BBC Apprentice. Next week, the candidates have to create, brand and sell a new pudding. But who will discover that Lord Sugar has gone sour on them?
Let the aroma go deep into your nose. I'm obviously very uneducated.
Really?
I want this to be really slick.
Look like someone had sneezed with a mouthful of custard.
It doesn't give me the signals that this is a premium range.
What you should do is focus on anybody who says anything bad.
You know the woman on the left?
Yeah.
She like winked at the end.
Sweet pleasure.
Yeah, I like that.
Where's the money?
It was disgusting. Inedible. Throw it in the bin.
See you at the same time next Wednesday. Good night.
3 choices for you now. Comedy with Russell Howard's Good News on BBC 3. Match of the Day rounds up tonight's Premier League action on BBC 1 in 5 minutes. Or here on BBC 2, more reaction to today's autumn statement in Newsnight.